The IRA says Doherty has lost his hearing and is almost blind, while Lynch's mouth is almost totally ulcerated. 6 others beside Doherty and Lynch are refusing to eat to back demands for political prisoner status. A tropical mosquito-borne disease known as dengue has killed 113 people in Cuba, and President Fidel Castro is holding Washington responsible. At ceremonies yesterday celebrating the start of his communist revolution, Castro accused the U.S. of biological warfare against Cuba. The Cuban news agency, Prensa Latina, says Castro also charged the CIA with preparing new terrorist plans against the island nation. Tens of thousands of Cubans poured into Victoria de las Tunas, a farm town southeast of Havana, to hear Castro deliver what was expected to be a blistering attack against President Reagan's Caribbean policy. The rally and speech highlighted celebrations commemorating Castro's abortive assault on a fortress near Santiago on July 26, 1953. Castro spent 15 months in jail after the attack, but it gave him the name for his guerrilla campaign, the 26th of July movement. The attack is considered the start of the revolution that brought Castro to power in 1959. Some of the invited guests at the rally included 3 of the 4 Puerto Rican nationalists freed last year by former President Carter. One of the 3, Oscar Collazo, had been serving a life sentence for trying to assassinate President Truman in 1950. 3 days remain until what's being billed as the wedding of the century, but it's bound to seem like an eternity to Prince Charles and Lady Diana. Both have been under considerable strain, primarily because of the intense publicity ever since their wedding plans were announced several months ago. That was evident Saturday when Lady Diana broke down at a polo match in which the prince was playing. She hurried away in tears when she found herself the target of several thousand cameras and staring faces. The bride-to-be was more composed at another polo match yesterday, attended by First Lady Nancy Reagan. Yesterday's polo match in the park surrounding Windsor Castle was Mrs. Reagan's first meeting with Lady Di. Afterwards, Mrs. Reagan attended a dinner for 150 people, hosted by U.S. Ambassador John Lewis and his wife, Josephine. The First Lady flew to England last week, along with other celebrities and government representatives, to join in the whirlwind social activities preceding the wedding. Did she or didn't she? That's the question being asked in Britain. Did Mrs. Reagan curtsy when she met Britain's Queen Elizabeth II? The London Daily Mail says that despite a White House statement that the U.S. President's wife would not bow to British royalty, Mrs. Reagan made a phantom curtsy to Queen Elizabeth. The Daily Mail says, in the end, she didn't quite. But the paper says that Mrs. Reagan almost bowed when shaking the Queen's hand. According to the Mail, which quoted a bystander, she made a feint to bow. You wouldn't call it a curtsy. It was somewhere in between. It all happened yesterday when Mrs. Reagan attended a polo match in Windsor with the Queen, Prince Charles, Lady Diana Spencer, and other members of the royal family. The dollar opened lower on European money exchanges today as the price of gold rose in Zurich and London. The dollar opened in Frankfurt at 2.418 marks against the closing of 2.43775 Friday. In Paris, at 5.7665 French francs compared with a 5.8075, and in Zurich at 2.0900 Swiss francs against 2.1045. The pound opened in London at $1.8775, up from 1.864. The dollar closed in Tokyo at 233.95 yen in heavy trading, down from 235.20 Friday. Gold opened at Zurich at $410.50 an ounce, up from $407.50 at the close Friday. In London, gold opened at $410.75 against $408.50. Here at home, as Congress nears a vote on a tax cut bill, President Reagan is planning a nationwide appeal for support of his 33-month 25% package, claiming it's the only tax measure that offers wage earners real relief. Reagan plans a televised address at 8 o'clock this evening, Eastern Daylight Time, to discuss what he says are the merits of his proposal, compared with an alternative House Democratic proposal for a 15% cut over 21 months. The president polished his speech over the weekend at Camp David and also used the time to lobby fence-sitting members of Congress. In another example of the personal approach that helped pass his budget package, Reagan invited 15 Democratic lawmakers to the presidential mountain retreat for hot dogs, hamburgers, and some soft-sell politicking. Participants said Reagan's pitch was low-key, that he didn't seek any outright commitments from his guests. Treasury Secretary Donald Regan, who also attended the barbecue, later said there will be some new things unveiled in Reagan's speech, but he did not elaborate. Reagan's already added a number of sweeteners to his bill, trying to make it more appealing to the Democratic-dominated House. The showdown on the tax bill is slated for Wednesday in both the House and Senate. The Senate is expected to vote on the president's package, while the House considers the Democratic alternative.